Hello everyone, I am Cool Guy, welcome back, and today we're going to be going over another fusion rifle, the main ingredient. Give it its 5 minutes of frame. It's where I take a lesser used weapon and review it in around 5 minutes. Now you may have noticed that this one's a little bit longer, we're trying something new. The final 5 will be showing some raw gameplay. It helps out the channel a lot to hit the algorithm, and I'm going to be straightforward when this review is over. I do have some clips and also a we ran out of metal streak using the main ingredient. The streak consists of 12 main ingredient kills, 6 super kills, and 2 nightshade kills. This is an ARC fusion, and it's found its way into a lot of players' hands again due to it being the perfect fit for when grinding the loaded question. It fits the mold perfectly. You need ARC kills and fusion rifle kills while playing strikes, and I think a lot of players got the same feeling that I did when they put it back on. And this thing isn't that bad. Originally, the main ingredient was a heavy weapon in the beta and early Destiny 2 Year 1 double primary play. It was actually one of the stronger heavy weapons in the game for a while. It did 48 per bolt, it had a fast charge time, had rampage, and wait a second. It appears we have a hidey-ho type situation here at Bravo. But it came stock with Rampage, but now it has random rolls. So fusion rifles are still very powerful. We talked about it a little bit in the Aaron Till review. In PvE, they hold their own and they are a worthy option, and in PvP, no one really plays against a fusion rifle. We talked about that as well. No one's ready for it, and you can put together some really good games. The main ingredient falls into the 740 charge time. There are only 3 that reside in the 740, the Emperor's Envy main ingredient and Tempered Dynamo. When you compare these, the main ingredient has the best range, handling, and stability of all 3 of them. The other stats are average, and none of them are below average or bad. Its strength is range, handling, and stability, and its weakness is its one-hit kill range. But honestly, that isn't that bad. The Aaron Till, that high impact fusion, has way more range and impact, and it's way more consistent in PvP. It hits harder in PvE. You get longer one-hit kills in the Crucible. But with that being said, that isn't necessarily a weakness, because the main ingredient archetype's right there in the middle. It's precision frame, not too slow, not too fast. It's a consistent 5-bolt kill in PvP. It's neutral. It's a really good archetype. It has 4 scopes that it can roll. All of them are short zoom. The best option is going to be the Red Dot Micro. It gives +9 to the range stat. It gives the most range out of the 4. The second best option is the Red Dot MOA2. It gives +6 to the range stat. For the battery, we have 6 options. The top 3 are going to be liquid coils. This ups the impact but has a slower charge time. This ups the damage from 39 to 40. This allows the archetype to be a more consistent 5-bolt kill for 200 damage, and that's what you want, even though its base damage is fine. Next is going to be Particle Repeater, increased stability, and then Projection Fuse, increased range. Bottom 3 are PvE dependent, and that's fine. We have accelerated coils, and we'll talk about that in the PvP section. It's going to be up to you. We have enhanced battery for more ammo, ionized battery, and that's good for the magazine. The perk nodes each hold 7 apiece, and we'll talk about them as we go. The best perks are highlighted in green, medium perks are going to be in yellow, and the bad perks for this fusion are red. In the first node, we have Under Pressure, very good for fusion rifles. Increased stability and accuracy as the magazine gets lower. Firmly Planted, increased stability, accuracy, and handling while firing crouch. Probably my favorite perk for fusions. Since this is that precision frame, it tightens it up a lot, and that charge rate really works well with the knee slide. We have Snapshot, always great. Moving Target increases movement speed and target acquisition when aiming down sights. It's really good for strafing if you missed your first shot. The middle tier is Autoloading Holster, Hipfire Grip, and bottom tier is Threat Detector. For the second node, we have Backup Plan, extremely useful, reduces charge time and increased handling after switching to this weapon. Rampage, great on a fusion. Rangefinder, also great. Outlaw, good to pair with another perk in the first node. Tap the Trigger, probably the most underrated perk. It grants a short period of accuracy and stability on the initial trigger pull. Very good on fusions. And then we have Kill Clip. This is more so for PvE, but if you have the Scavenger perks, you'll be fine in the Crucible. For fusions, I do think the edge goes to Rampage. And then we have high impact reserves. So my top 3 roll recommendations for the main ingredient in no particular order are Firmly Planted plus Tap the Trigger, Snapshot or Under Pressure with Backup Plan, then Under Pressure or Firmly Planted with Rampage. Now as a 4th, any first column perk with Rangefinder, because Rangefinder is so good on a fusion. I have a number of main ingredients that are top tier, and the one that you've been seeing, my favorite one, is Firmly Planted Tap the Trigger. Other rolls that I have are Firmly Planted Rampage, Moving Target Backup Plan, Snapshot Backup Plan. These rolls are going to be good for any fusion rifle. Like we started off, this thing's really picked up pace because of Loaded Question. It does really well with an Arc Singe, but since I do have Loaded Question, when Arc Singe comes up, I do use Loaded Question. Now moving on to PvP, there are a couple things to take into consideration. I've talked about my value for Firmly Planted Tap the Trigger, because you're combining those perks with a precision frame, which is pretty much a counterbalance mod. Fusions are hit scan in Destiny 2, so all those accuracy buffs really add up, and you can feel the difference. Another thing you have to consider is the damage per bolt on main ingredient. It's something that I want you to be mindful of. A fusion shoots 7 bolts, main ingredient's base bolt damage is 39. So you land 5 bolts, that's 195. A fairly consistent one-shot kill most of the time, it's great. Add liquid coils, it bumps the damage to 40 per bolt. That's going to be a 5-bolt kill no matter what at 200. That's really good, but be mindful of accelerated coils. This makes your bolt damage 38 and 5 bolts is going to be 190 damage, so that's kind of living life on the edge. So if you're not getting those consistent one-shot kills at short to mid range, accelerated coils might be the reasoning. For PvE, Fusion Rifle reserves, PvP, scavenger perks. For the Masterwork, stability, charge time, or range. For the mod, I like Target Adjuster, Freehand Grip is really good, and if you get a really good roll with Rampage or Kill Clip, consider a major mod. It's the reason I really like doing these videos, giving a weapon its 5 minutes of frame, because if you haven't used Main Ingredient in a while, it's doing extremely well for me. Dust it off, you might just like it. It has a decent range, good charge time. The review part is now over. I do have that raw gameplay that we talked about earlier in the video with the Wii Ran streak, just running all over the map. I would like to know your thoughts on Main Ingredient. Does it have a place for you right now in the current sandbox, and what role do you have? Remember to like, favorite, and subscribe, and until the next one, I am Cool Guy.
Fire team that fights together, stays together. 3 minutes. You're winning. Stay strong. Zone C lost. This is amazing. Strength in numbers, Guardian. Excellent. Zone B lost. It's a power play. Get those zones back. You're falling behind. 5 minutes. With 10 hunters like you, I can make the frontier safe again. Zone B captured. Double down. Fire team that fights together, stays together. You're in the lead. Zone A captured. You have advantage. Getting stronger as you fight. I love it! Dominating the field. Don't let up. Double down. The Iron Lord sticks front. The Twilight Gap where Lord Shaxx earned his name. None fell more Guardians than you. captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on.